Roof fans, fitting them in a van, take you 5 minutes. We made a frame. Why have we made a frame? Why have you made a frame? What's the frame for? Why have you made a frame, Neil? It's a frame. Well, you know. Pictures? No. Anyway, this is why we made a frame. Come up here, assistant. The frame is the same size as the inner bit. So, when we screw down from the roof and go through the actual metal in the van, we will then go into the wood. It just gives the roof fan, it just gives the roof fan a little bit more meat underneath the screws rather than just relying on metal. So this piece will be sitting on the inside, and then obviously this piece will be going on the top. We are fitting the Maxxfan Delux. Ooh, that was hardly exciting, that was it? We are fitting the Maxxfan Delux. Woo! See, there you go. Bit of audience appreciation there. Hope you're all smiled at that one. Anyway, don't know why I'm putting this stupid voice on. Let's just go back to me. Mark around the square on the roof of the van, but we've already done that up here. We've done that from inside. So I'll show you. So we've basically marked out the hole there. Now what I'm going to do, that is exactly the same size as the inside of this, which is exactly the same size as the fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill through each corner of the hole. Then I'm going to put this on the roof, make sure it's over the holes, draw my lines again, stop snipping with the jigsaw. You've probably noticed a common thing. I know how to do things, don't know how to speak them. Right, loads of people are going to say, but all the bears that you cut from the top are going to fall in the van and they're going to rust, and there's a simple way of stopping any metal dropping into your van that you don't want. One umbrella, one pair of snippers. One perfect catcher for catching things up on the roof that you don't want to fall through. The job for Emma. Perfect. You ticklish?
No.
Ah, okay. Right, so once we're on the roof, what we're going to do is we're just going to meet up the lines that we've already got. So what we got to do now is just make a hole. Let's get jigsawing. Right, so now we've got the hole. All that's left to do now is basically to just go around the edges with a file and make sure they're all tidy and all, you know, there's nothing going to cause any problems, and then we're just going to hammerite around the edges. So let's get filing off and hammeriting. So don't forget to brush all the little bits of metal off to the inside if you are using my little trick of an umbrella and an Emma. You right down there?
Yeah.
The next thing you want to do is just give it a good clean on the top, get all the crap off. Right, so once we've got it all clean, I'm just going to take the edge of a tea towel, dip it in the Hammerite, and I'm just going to paint the inside of this metal where it's bare with the Hammerite. And there's a specific reason why I'm using a tea towel. And the reason I'm using a tea towel is because I ran out of brushes. So you know, you just got to improvise, haven't you? Doesn't matter how you put it on, as long as you get it on. Right, so next thing we need to do is we need to build up the mastic so we've got one continuous layer that's flat all the way around the hole, so then we can put the top in and screw it down. So let's get let's get taping. It's this stuff. You know what it is. Does that. Right, so once you've built your sealant up all the way around and it's all fine, I just overlapped each section so it's all the way sealed, but we're going to run around it with sticker flex anyway. It's time to put that in. So that goes on the outside, and then we can screw down into that from the top and it will hold it from underneath. So let's get that on and get it in. So don't forget your screws go either side because your unit bolts down to these two screws and bolts on either side. So we're just going to put this on carefully. But don't forget, this is going to go on the inside, and then when we screw through this, we're going to drill into this as well. Right, so we've got the hole down now, we've got the sealant around the edges, we've got the bezel screwed on. We're just going to run around the edges with some sticker flex and make it all sealed all the way around, so no water is going to get in at all. Yes, I've gone mad with the sticker flex, but who cares? Even if you use a full tube, are you really bothered? As long as it's waterproof, that's all that matters. Now I've just got to tidy around it with a bowl of hot water with some fairy liquid in, and then it'll be fan in. I can virtually hear the comments now. Why is he using all that sticker flex? That looks horrendous. Bet you it doesn't leak though. Bet you that doesn't leak. If that leaks, I'll buy you a fan, because that ain't leaking. I'll tell you now, that ain't leaking. Here comes the fan. Here it comes, the fan and the stoner. Right, so when you do fit the fan, you need to put a certain amount of pressure down on the actual fan, because inside the top bezel there's a seal, and you need to be able to get to these two screws. You need to get to these two screws there and there, on the other side the same place as well. What I done was I just used a piece of wood, just put it on this lip here and just lightly pushed it down, which enabled it to mark up with the screws, because the seal inside is pretty thick and it is brand new as well. When you do put it on, you'll notice that it doesn't, it doesn't go nowhere near the screws. It seems to be miles off. But if you give it a push down, don't push down on the fan, but you need the fan to be open, in the open position, before you can get the screws in. And then once the screws are in, you can then close the fan, and then that's it, all done. Right, so we got the Maxxfan in. I will just show you it now. The frame works perfect. The frame goes all the way around the edges, and it pulls into the screws that are on the roof that hold the fan down. So this little frame just gives it a little bit more stability, and then we can frame around that, and then the front fascia will go on, because that there, the distance between here and here is the same distance as the insulation. So the outer cowling will go on. I've wired it up temporary, and I don't know what idiot decided that live was black and negative was white. Whoever done that, you sir, you need to have a serious word with yourself, because in the UK, black is negative and white is normally positive on a 2-wire system, but always black is negative. But no, with Maxxfans, black is positive, white is negative. Right, so I've got it wired in temporarily. We've got the control. We're going to whack it on, full blast, see if it opens, and give it a whirl. Right, that now is on 100%. Blowing air in. Now, just for demonstration purposes, now we can switch it from sucking in to sucking out. Don't. That's sucking out at 100%. The fan goes down in increments of 10, so you've got 100 back down to 10, which would be, 1 to 10 basically. But that's 10% now, and you can barely hear the fan running. It's like there's no audible at all. The car's going past and making more noise, and I'm standing right under the fan. But that's 20%, 30, 40. You can start hearing it at 50%, but if you're cooking and you need to have air going out, then it's perfect. The good thing I like about this as well is that you can just switch directly from pulling in to sucking out to pulling in, just by one switch. The fan slows down and then it reverses the polarity. So, stopped it now, and the fan will start off again. You can also have these fans on while you're driving as well, which is really good. They are waterproof, and as you've seen, I've gone a little bit mad with the sticker flex, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? It's on the roof. We are going to paint the roof white as well. We have got, I'll just let you into a little bit of a sneak preview. 2 dirty big solar panels, that's what they are. But the solar panels are going to cover up most of the roof, and then whatever else is shown, which is the blue, we'll just tidy it up in white. So if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, subscribe. Yeah, it's free. You get to see me dicking around, doing stupid things, possibly not the right way all the time, not mentioning the right tools. You also get to see Little Legs as well, who's kind of vanished. I don't know where she's gone. Might have put her in the bin with all the boxes and stuff like that, because she gets into all the small cracks. But don't forget, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.